Hello, and welcome to Spectro Sofa.
Yay! You did it!
Yay.
Look how good that was.
We did it.
It was amazing.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of us watching our own shit and talking about it. Because we're out of fucking ideas.
Gotta milk the system, man. Gotta milk the system.
We're milking it. We are joined with a very special guest. Maddie, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Maddie. I am Jesse's sister, and I play Sakura in Naruto, as well as a few other side things, mostly Akamaru.
I didn't know you were Akamaru.
You didn't know that?
No, I thought it was just Jesse pitch shifted up like
Nope.
30-20%.
'Tis I.
Maddie's my little sister, so we have obviously got her to play one of the main characters, and she does a great job. She's way smarter than Sakura, but you do a great job of playing a dumb person. So.
Oh, well, thanks. I attribute it to a great director.
A great dumb director.
Right, exactly. Yeah, who can, make that work.
We gotta channel a lot of stupid on this channel, right, Terrence?
Mm-hmm.
He's drinking right now.
Yeah, I mean, stupid's been our status quo for like 5 years.
So, when was the last time you guys watched this episode in particular?
Probably like a couple months ago, actually.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too. Every once in a while, I'll go back and see, look through a couple episodes or maybe a scene from an episode just to remind myself what that was like. This one specifically, I think I've seen less than some of the other ones. But from what I remember, we did a rating for the last two, Terrence. We gave two like a 6.5.
Yep. One
we gave like a 4. Mm-hmm. I think this
Nice.
one's a solid 6.
From what you remember.
What do you think? From what I remember, yeah.
I think it would be, I'm gonna guess it's a 6 or 7, just because it's our third go around. And we learned a lot from 1 and 2.
Maddie, we essentially, in the first episode, called episode 1 a 10-minute shitpost.
Okay.
Because it was.
Which I think is pretty accurate.
I think it's fair. I think it's a fair assessment.
And I think that's why we're also giving it a 4. Is because at the time we were kind of like... We were kind of trying, but it was more or less like, let's put something out there and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, it was like an evolution.
Whereas by this
sense.
point, we were actually kind of
It was
trying.
like an evolution from that Food Wars video you made. And you were like,
Right.
oh, this is kind of fun. Let's do Naruto.
Yeah. Yeah, and it became kind of like a fun, editing hobby, essentially. And then, people actually started watching it. So that was nice. So thank you, folks who are watching this right now.
Let's get her going, man.
Okay. All right. Without further ado, let's watch the episode. Damn, Timothy, you're naughty. What was I supposed to do today?
Ramen.
Where is Kakashi Sensei?
Oh, yeah. Ugh. One more chapter. Yeah, that was a little rough,
Yes,
right?
that was rough.
See,
Did
the
you
thing
have to color shade that yourself, to change the hours? I don't remember. Or was that
No,
in the show?
no, I just added the little, the thing at the beginning. But I thought it'd be funny to give it a little, reason why he's late, besides the, the sad boy drama we all know Kakashi's about.
Spoilers.
Spoilers?
Yeah.
For anybody who hasn't seen all 700 episodes of Naruto.
Yeah, exactly.
Kakashi's a sad boy, and, I don't care. If you're watching this, you've watched that, I think, probably.
I don't know why the take came out so bad with the yelling.
Because instead of going, "Where's Kakashi Sensei?" you went, "Where is Kakashi Sensei?" Right, buddy?
Yeah.
You're talking to me?
Set in stone.
No, I'm talking to Terrence.
It's already
Oh.
set in stone, I guess. There's no fixing it now.
No fixing it now, but it is a funny take. Yeah, and I kind of like the setup there. It is funny how it's just kind of written over how weird it is for Kakashi just bringing porn around these kids. I mean, you know, by modern standards, it's like he's reading 50 Shades of Grey in front of 11-year-olds.
Yeah, but that's done at every beach and pool when it came out, you know?
Sure.
Like, that was done anyway, like a 50 Shades level, so, like, that's not that abnormal. What's weirder to me, spoiler alert, is Jiraiya writing it and having Naruto be a research assistant for the next volume.
Yeah.
That seems a little worse.
Yeah, like, I don't know what the idea was there, but...
Also, Kakashi was never like, hey, Naruto, your, like, godfather wrote this. Did you know that? He just kind of, like, sleeps on it.
But yeah, imagine, like, going up to your kid, and not your kid, your student, and saying, hey, I need you to dress like a girl and pose naked, semi-naked for me so I can write a story about some people fucking, and people are going to buy this.
You guys don't do that?
I feel like that's just the writer of Twilight.
Is it?
Yeah, Twilight started... No, I'm sorry. I'm back on 50
No,
Shades of Grey.
Yeah, 50 Shades started as a fan fiction of Twilight.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Isn't that wild?
The more you know.
You know what the wildest thing about this intro, and we've said it before, but Maddie, I have never gotten called on this.
Yeah, I heard that from the first video. That is really strange.
You know why I think it is? I think the people who made this never wanted to fucking claim it.
There's a good chance of that.
Because it's basically like Japanese gibberish.
Right.
It's not words. Good morning, class.
Where were you, Sensei?
So bad.
Well, you see, I had to take a stroll through the morning wood, if you know what I mean.
Masturbation joke.
Nothing, sorry, what was your name?
Kevin.
It's only the second day. I
What
don't
if
have
his
a
name
name
was
written down
Kevin?
yet.
There's only 3 of us.
We
Thanks,
should do a
Stephanie.
callback to that.
Oh, yeah. The birth of the Stephanie joke.
Oh, this is where it all started, baby.
Yeah, he turns and goes, thanks, Stephanie, I'll remember that. I love this ongoing
that joke
joke.
so much. People in comments love that joke.
Yeah, I love how the comments in it are like, poor Stephanie, she can't catch a break. But what I love about this ongoing joke is that, in my mind, when writing it, Kakashi legitimately does not know her name is Sakura. It's not that he's doing it on purpose.
thinks-
He doesn't care enough to correct himself.
And I think
Right.
you've only slipped up once, right? Where you actually called her Sakura.
No, I think I went back and fixed it.
Oh, you did? Never mind.
We'll
We'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, what I like about that joke is, like, putting Kakashi as this super dismissive character, I think adds to the idea of him, like, not just being aloof, but being, like, on the nose, doesn't give a shit. He feels like, I think we might have said this last time, but he feels like the gym teacher
Yep.
who's just there for a paycheck.
Yeah, very much.
He was like the star player in his heyday, and now it was just
Yeah.
beating up little kids during gym class.
Yeah, so when writing it, that's kind of my idea of Kakashi. It's just like just make him not legitimately not give a shit. And that the very few times where he like gets serious or gets kind of like aggressive, I feel like that makes that hit home a little bit harder, just because now you've seen that shift of, oh, this is legitimate.
Anyway, today's mission is very simple. All you have to do is grab my bells.
That feels inappropriate.
Bells, Stephanie. Bells.
Oh.
First 2 to grab a bell, pass the test. Any questions?
Wait, what happens to the person who doesn't grab a bell?
Bad stuff?
Like, what?
bad stuff.
Is that the first bad stuff joke?
That is the first bad stuff joke, but you saw what was in the background there, right?
Obito. Getting crushed by a rock.
So, I'm excited to explore what that actually means, like way later on.
If we ever get there.
Because I feel like we have to, we now have to reference that, like, if we do the Obito arc, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's talked about within that arc anyway, so it would make sense to do a tie-in.
So if you just, like, combined the bell test with that fucked up scene, make it all Minato's fault.
Oh god.
But anyway, no, I like that little section because we get to see like when did we come up with Sakura saying things incorrectly? Do you remember?
I don't remember exactly. I feel like that's something you came up with, and I would just kind of went with it. Because that was what was in the script. So I don't know if I have a direct line of like, this is when we came up with it and why. But I think it does play off the fact that our character is supposed to be very smart in the show, but then she doesn't do anything incredibly smart throughout the show, because that's not how Kishimoto wanted to write her, unfortunately.
Right.
So this is more true to, like, I guess the character she turned out to be, unfortunately.
Well, you know, I think maybe because in the very first episode we do Transylvania Jutsu.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
For the transformation jutsu. So it's like, that was like a one-off, like, she says something, right?
Yeah.
And then we just kept it going.
Yeah, because in the second episode,
and so,
she's like, stop what was it?
Patriotizing. She says patriotizing me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it just now it's just like a thing that she does.
Right.
She doesn't understand how words work. But yeah, you're right. I like how in our version she has that extra little bit of you're right. It's a play off of she was supposed to be smart, but she never does anything smart. They just say she was smart because she had good test scores. Mm-hmm. But there's no point in the series where she does something incredibly intelligent.
Yeah.
In fact, the only person who does is Shikamaru, who they say was a fuck up.
Sure, they say he was a fuck up, but they didn't say he wasn't smart.
Right, sure, but they play off of he's like this lazy, good for nothing kind of like character, and that's fine. But if you're gonna play Sakura up as like this genius level, person, let's see some cool stuff.
Right.
I feel like there was a lot they could have done with her, and they were just like, yeah, she's got pink hair, she's a girl.
I feel like they just used her as a motivation factor for Naruto.
Yeah. And I remember in the manga, too, they had some kind of, like, weird lines about... Do I have that? No, I think I gave you my manga, didn't I, Maddie?
I have all the Naruto. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the first book, I remember Sakura straight up says, I don't have much in the way of T and A appeal. Which is tits and ass.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
That's
funny as fuck.
It's in the manga,
So
I
funny.
promise.
Okay.
Because I remember being young and was like, what does that mean? And
I'll go look tonight and confirm.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find the panel. Put the panel up. There you go. But isn't that fucking wild?
That's really weird.
Yeah. I wonder if that's a translation thing or if that was like actually what Kishimoto put.
I hope it's a translation thing.
Yeah. Who knows?
But that's not fair, Sensei. One of us will always lose.
Yeah, well, I didn't always dream of spending my mornings kicking the shit out of preteens, so life's just not fair, is it? Let's have some fun.
Fine, let's do this. Naruto Uzumaki isn't afraid of anything.
Naruto, that's it. Don't worry, I'll write it down.
Remember this!
Hold on a sec.
So fast.
Whoa.
I don't have a pen. Oh well. You guys ready? Begin.
It's funny looking back on like the differences I would do editing wise, the kind of effects I would know to put in now that I didn't know then, and the retakes I would get.
So
Right.
many retakes. Goodness.
Yeah. So I mean, but you know, it's crazy how much of that stuff comes with experience, and you just don't know until you know. And I see people every once in a while will still comment shit like, "Yeah, the lines are funny," or the situation or the scene is good, but the voice acting is bad. But it's like, yeah, bro, like we got it. We're with you. We don't care that the voice acting was bad. Just enjoy it for what it was. And to be fair, I don't want to shit on everybody's, God among gods of the YouTube algorithm, but Team 4-Star in their first couple of episodes, there's some rough shit in there. Straight up. Like, Chi-Chi's mic in one of those episodes sounds like it's being garbled in a toilet. They straight up, like, steal a couple South Park jokes. Like, when you make something for the first time, sometimes it's a little hard.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and you can see them improve from the beginning
Absolutely.
and everything as well. I mean, yeah.
all I'm asking, if any of those people who are commenting this bullshit see this video, take off your nostalgia goggles, put them in a drawer, see this for what it was. It was a beginner's learning curve, and just accept that it's a little silly.
Yeah, and I feel like
Stay out of my comments, you fuckers.
Terrence, I don't know if this was for you, but I feel like when we first started doing this, I had to do like 1.5 million retakes out of everything because it just wasn't delivering right, and I'm sure a lot of this wasn't delivered right either. But I feel like the more we've done it, the more I've been able to like get into Sakura's head, or at least this version of Sakura's head, and how it would sound like using my voice. And it's become a lot easier to convey what I'm trying to convey in the scene now that I have more experience and understanding of like have voiced different scenes. I don't know if that's the same for you.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think in the beginning it was especially hard just because we didn't have as much of a foundation as we do now. And we've had 13 episodes of like build up to like sort of fall back on in terms of, oh, this is how our character would sound in this situation kind of thing.
Terrence, have we ever shared with Maddie how you get into character like every time?
I think we have. I'm not sure though. But I do say like a few lines from like the beginning episodes for like Sasuke. So whenever I'm like doing Sasuke's voice, I'll just be like, my name's Sasuke and I'm a fucking tool. And then when I'm Naruto, I'm just like, to get into character, I'm like, I'm Naruto and I like ramen. And so I don't know if you do something similar with Sakura, but
I kind of do it in my head, just like trying to get into the mindset of it, not necessarily like voicing it until I'm actually doing the lines, but I definitely like adjust. I do a lot of movements when I do the voices because I feel like it helps me convey the message because I naturally talk with my hands anyway. So that's what helps me more than anything, I think, is like trying to do the facial expressions and the voices that would go along with whatever the scene is or whatever I'm trying to convey.
Yeah, and when it comes to stuff like that, you guys, Terrence a little bit more with Sasuke, because Sasuke is kind of like, you're pushing down, you're getting that gravel, you know what I mean? But like, it's so weird to have to try to convey that as a character that doesn't use your voice. You know what I mean? So sometimes, like Terrence noticed in episode 13, Guy shouts like a Beaky because that's how I yell.
Right.
Where Guy is like this, and it's hard to, right? And then Kakashi's like this. It's he's bored, and then Ibiki's like this. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to try to like. It's so weird to try to get into these characters' kind of like rhythms that they have that you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And that's not something that comes naturally to anybody, I don't think. So yeah, I think it's an interesting acting experiment that we've kind of stumbled into. And I think, honestly, like we've done pretty good, especially like moving into the later episodes. I think the turnaround starts at episode 4 and then starts going, like, building on itself from there.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like, once episode 4 came around, we all had, like, sort of gotten enough voice acting under our belts to, like, feel really confident in what we were doing. Because, like, I remember first 2 to 3 episodes, I was, like, super self-conscious about the yelling. Especially since, like, the comments were blowing up with, hey, let's stop the whisper yelling. And it was just, like, kind of hard to get over that mental hump. Especially with, like, trying to not bother my neighbors and stuff. But now I'm just like, oh, fuck them. They'll get over it.
That's another thing, too. It's like, yeah, we do have people around us a lot of times. But, yeah, I mean, like, that's another thing, too. It's like, I have fun sometimes just, like, yelling dumb shit at myself. So, like, getting into that yell kind of thing wasn't really that hard for me. But yeah, for you two guys, out of all of the voice actors, I think you guys had the most difficulty with that.
I still struggle with the yelling.
You've come
today.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you've come a long way, but like, I mean, if you guys don't yell a lot, like just in general, it's probably hard to get to that place anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you remember what I said to you last time, Maddie, when I needed a shriek?
I'm trying to remember.
I said, imagine Sheik is on the roof of your building and jumps off your cat.
Yeah.
And just straight up jumps off. And you gave me a legitimate, ah!
Yeah.
Like that. And I was like, that's the take. That's the take.
Look, anything that endangers my cat, I'm not okay with. She's currently sitting on my desk right in front of me, and I'm petting her, and it's making me feel good. So thinking of her jumping off the roof of a building doesn't make me feel good.
That would be terrifying.
So I was able to channel that in. So you're welcome, basically. Jesse scarred me for your entertainment.
So you're welcome, basically.
Well, Stephanie and the Uchiha kid are hiding pretty well, but...
Alright, rematch. Right now it's time to do.
I still like that one.
Oh, what the hell?
That's my new catchphrase. Believe it. Shit.
If this is gonna take a while...
the guy who wrote Yu-Gi-Oh! Died earlier this week.
I did not know that.
I think I heard that.
Son of a... I'm gonna shove that book down your throat! Ah! Gotcha! Yeah!
I'm not proud of this episode.
You know, I've been reading up on some new moves. Gotta say,
I like this line.
Learned a lot. There's the shocker and the rocker, the spocker, but this one.
That one?
They call this the showstopper!
Huh?
Yo.
He was deep, man.
Do you know that's like a real thing?
Yeah.
Like
it's like a game in Asia. I just heard about it for South Korea specifically, but I think it goes beyond that.
It's called concho.
It's weird, man.
At least in Japanese, it's called concho, which means, oh shit, I'm gonna lose the word for it. Fuck. What's the thing where you put a bag up your butt and squirt water?
An enema?
Yes, it means enema in one of the languages. Yeah. So they're literally like, enema, and then shove their fingers up your butt.
Yikes.
And it's like a fun prank to do to your friends, is to like poke their butthole. Which sounds real crazy, right?
Yeah, of course it does.
It's a little intense.
But yeah, I mean that fun little scene. Kakashi would probably like be arrested, right?
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
just
I like
in general.
how the whole time he's like aloof, and then for like this one little glimpse of a second, you get to see him like kind of enjoying himself.
Right.
And it's when he pokes a kid right
Right
on
in the butt.
on the tuchus.
Ew.
Okay, but seriously, this feels really inappropriate.
Nice.
Looks like you're all washed up.
I do appreciate Kakashi's bad
Focus.
jokes.
A frontal attack didn't work.
I do
so
too,
maybe-
yeah.
Shit.
I remember when editing that, being super proud of the sound effects
Oh, cause
of like the whirring and then whirring down kind of thing. Now I look at it and I'm like, could be better, but like I remember being like, oh,
I did that.
it sounds so good. I did that. And that's one of the hard parts about these episodes too, is that like, you know, all the sound effects you have to redo. So, you know, the music is one thing, but like, you know, every single time somebody takes a step or a kick or a punch is thrown or, you know, a kunai goes whoosh, I got to add that in. Right? So sometimes, and for you fucks who keep commenting, where's episode 14? Give me an editor, baby. But yeah, so that's what sometimes takes a long time too. But it's also sometimes the fun of like, you know, recreating a scene. You can add sound effects where there weren't before, you know, making things funnier. There's definitely probably a couple farts I've thrown in just for shits and giggles. So if you can catch the farts, send me a timestamp.
Is it like a Wilhelm scream, like something to look for?
That's right. Yeah, it's a Wilhelm. You gotta find the fart.
If hand-to-hand won't work, why don't I just add more hands?
I love like the 2 seconds of like nothing happening after I yelled at
Right,
him. It's
right,
like,
right, right.
oh, okay.
Yeah, kick his ass, Naruto. You're the man.
7 Narutos? That's incredulous.
Great, more annoying
Incredulous.
Let's go. Yeah, time to finger his ass.
You know what I remember about that line?
What?
I didn't write that one.
No. You did it?
Yeah. No, I did not.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, because that was another one of those things where I was like, Terrence, say some shit in the mic. This is the scene, and you went, yeah, time to finger his ass. I was like, well, that's going in.
Gotta keep that one. The gems, man, the gems.
Yeah, you're the king of throwing in shit that I didn't know I had to keep.
Shotgun.
Why didn't he grab the bells
What?
here?
Sodomy isn't allowed on TV, bitch. Yeah,
I wrote that.
Take this, idiot. Now watch as I take you from the front and the back. Dude, gross. He turned into me? Everybody, beat the shit out the ugly one.
Nice. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Hey, dumbass, quit hitting yourself. Huh? Break the damn jutsu. Oh yeah. Fuck.
You know what I remember about that slow motion part?
What?
There's a reason I did that. I didn't have enough takes from you.
Oh, really?
When it slows down, it's me.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you can't tell because it's in slow motion.
Yeah.
But when you hear the of him getting punched. That's me. That's me.
Wow, I thought that was just you took a take from Terrence and just like slowed it down and pitched it down.
Well, I pitched down me.
Right, but I thought you just took one of Terrence's takes and like adjusted it.
Yeah, so I didn't have what I needed for that because I probably didn't put it in the script. Because what ends up happening is that when you start editing a scene, sometimes you're like, oh fuck, I need a reaction shot and I need a sound effect here, and you just don't know sometimes. There's been a couple with you that I've done, Maddie.
Oh, the one where Sakura's crying over Sasuke in episode 4.
Oh, I do remember that.
And,
yeah. There's one that somehow turned out perfectly. Sakura sticks her tongue out and goes, and when I pitch shifted just enough, it sounds just like you. I was like, how the fuck did that work?
I guess we are related.
Yeah. But, yeah, that'll happen every once in a while where it's like, I just need something like really basic, and it's like, do I want to call them, have them send this to me, you know, where it's like this whole thing where I have to find another audio file on my computer, or do I just want to sit in Premiere and go, and then just pitch shift it a little bit, and it ended up working. That's happened a couple times, but now I think we've gotten to a point where we're pretty good about knowing, you know, what it all is, and I can pick you guys up on, you know, when I have to call in pickups, but otherwise it's like, yeah, if it's something small, it's probably me.
Fair.
Oh, I didn't know there was a little sound effect there.
Holy hell, is that a bell?
Holy hell, is that a bell?
Yeah! Huh? Whoa!
Sorry, kid. Didn't mean to leave you hanging.
God damn, what was I doing with these jokes?
Now's my chance.
Now listen, I know...
Holy shit! I wanted to do that! Uh-oh.
Found you.
Shit.
But first... Hiya!
Holy shit nugget!
You ever heard of Chris Angel?
I don't.
'Cause I'm about to freak you.
I forgot about that line. That's pretty good.
The Chris Angel joke?
Yeah.
That is pretty good.
Sakura, let's hold hands.
Still inappropriate.
I love that little scene.
Yeah.
So good.
If you get it was at some point, I might post another manga panel right there. Boosh. The scene in that panel of Sasuke bleeding is so much more fucking brutal than I remember.
Yeah, it's pretty graphic.
I saw it recently. Like his arm is missing, and like it's something crazy like that.
Yeah, they tone it down for the anime.
Oh, that's what it is. His arm is missing, like his hand is missing completely, and his leg is backwards.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he's got a kunai in his eye.
It's very, very graphic.
It's super graphic. And like you're like, whoa! I don't remember it being that crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kishimoto went hard, man.
Hard in the paint, baby.
He said he goes, "Do Earth go hard?" But oh, fuck, man. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I like that little scene. I forgot about the the Chris Angel joke.
Yeah.
What I do remember about that is I didn't write it. That was another thing where I was recording and I was like, this needs something. And then I just added that in and did the slow-mo thing, and it ended up working. Because I think like the first take of whatever I did came off as too dour. You know, it wasn't like Kakashi having fun with it. It was like really like, I don't know. It just didn't come off as funny. You know, this is a parody. It's got to be silly, you know, a little bit. So anyway, I like the Chris Angel joke.
Yeah.
I think it works. And then Sakura's little scream and falls on her head.
Yeah, speaking of whisper screams, I think I did that one in Jessie and I's aunt's closet at her house, because I was living there when I first moved away from home, and she was not there, but I was definitely worried about bothering the neighbors and like them calling the cops or something. I was very paranoid
Right.
that like any kind of scream or yell I did would like cause a nuisance and then create more trouble. So apologies for the whisper screams, but you know, you get what you get.
No, it is what it is, and that's completely fine. I still think that came out funny, and I like, so that's also a running joke. It's kind of an inside joke for me, almost. But anytime anybody hits the ground, it's the same punch sound effect.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah, so it's like I know in my head which one it's supposed to be. It's punch number _3, and and it's just this flat. And I don't remember where I got that sound effect, but if you know, eagle-eyed or eagle-eared viewers, eagle-eared? What animal has good ears? Rabbit-eared viewers.
There you
Bats.
go.
Bat-eared viewer. That's good. Yeah, bat-eared viewers. Yeah, somebody hits the ground and we have that like pause for the joke. It's always that sound effect.
Okay, so scavenger hunt clue number 2, punch sound when somebody falls, and hidden farts. Good luck.
Hidden farts.
Report
Good
in the
luck.
comments
Yeah.
when you find them.
There's definitely a couple fart sounds when somebody gets punched in the face. Just saying, that is definitely in there somewhere. There's like an impact and a... Anyway.
Looks like you caught up.
Yeah, that wasn't really hard. I just followed the smell of Hot Topic, and look at that. There you are.
Oh yeah.
Are we
I like that
doing
one.
this or what?
Side. Up. Down. And don't forget the bells.
Huh? Shit!
Oh yeah, there's so many things I would add now.
I completely forgot about this sequence.
Yeah. It's so funny watching this back and being like, how kind of lame it looks compared to like later episodes.
Yeah.
The jackass miss.
I think the Pokemon adds a little charm.
Yeah.
Alright, kid. Looks like you got...
Ahead of yourself.
Damn, he is good.
That's the rule of threes. If for anybody who likes comedy, there's something called the rule of threes, where if you're gonna tell a joke and you want it to hit, you do the joke twice, and then the third one, you do something a little bit different. So it's the rule of threes. So he makes 2 awful puns, and on the third one, it's undercut by the other kid, right? So it's the rule of threes. So I always liked that little sequence where Sasuke kind of gets him with his own joke that he sees coming.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, I like that. I forgot how hard that was to edit. That was a little more difficult than I was originally intending because the text and stuff I had to do like basically custom. Yeah, it was kind of weird. I remember like going back and playing some of those older Pokemon games, being like, okay, so how did this actually play out? The Pokemon grid, that's something I specifically made for that scene. Like the Pokeball, because like the ones that were like on Google or whatever were like super pixelated and gross.
I bet, yeah.
So I had to like go into Photoshop, find like a graph outline, and then like make a square paint block and do one at a
Oh my
time
god.
until I had it the correct way.
Jeez.
Yeah. It turned out
Turned out great.
pretty
It turned
good.
out great.
Yeah.
I think it saved that
That's-
whole thing, because I was really embarrassed with the Sasuke attack noises.
We had the whole. The only thing I don't like about that sequence is like I don't think the whole joke about up, down, left, right landed. That's kind of like a silly, like fighting game, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat joke that doesn't super land because we undercut it with don't forget about the bells, which is of course a balls joke. It could have been better. I don't know. At a certain point, you're like you write something down,
You just go with
know,
it, baby.
and you see how it comes out.
Yeah.
But there's some I would change in this one, I think. Compared to the other two, honestly, this might be a little bit weak, just in my opinion.
I agree. Watching it back, I feel more happy.
There's some things I like.
Yeah,
The showstopper line, I think, is a keeper.
for sure.
No. But to me, so far, I was at a 6. I'm at a 5.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
I
think?
agree.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably about accurate.
So you guys are really bad at being ninjas, but if you don't pass this test, it looks really bad on me. So it looks like I'm gonna have to give you one last chance.
Really, Sensei?
Yeah, one more. But that's it.
Cool. Can you untie me?
No.
How do we know this isn't some trick so you can go back to reading your book?
You don't. But remember, I do have other books.
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah!
Forgot the Death Note joke.
I like
That's
that
pretty
one.
good.
The funny part about that, I'm going to try. That hand right there is from a completely different scene.
Oh,
Really?
right.
Yeah, so like I added this whole thing in the Death Note and everything. That's a little edit by me. So, God, I wonder what that's even from, because you can kind of tell it's like weirdly pixelated and like looks different if you pause it. While it's moving, you can't tell. But oh yeah, I forgot about that. I like that one. It's a good joke.
Are you ready? We'll begin after lunch. And Naruto,
Yeah?
you don't get any. Okay, bye.
I just realized there's a bit of a continuity error. Because
Yeah,
you can
what-
see
well-
Sasuke getting up and walking back.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know. I've
Yeah.
never noticed that before.
right. Because in the actual episode, he like pins Sasuke
Yeah,
for some reason, and we just didn't keep that.
right.
Totally missed it.
Man.
Totally missed it.
Yeah. I didn't know how to edit around
Well,
that
no,
at that
I
time,
mean,
probably.
I don't know how you do, but
Yeah. That's funny, though. So many things, so many little things you don't pick up on.
Hungry for dick. Fuck you!
If I give you something, will you just shut up?
No promises, but...
Eat, stupid.
What the fuck did I just say?
Oh. Sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
That one's a little rough.
Yeah.
Did you do that on purpose?
We did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hell yeah!
Cool, good job.
What?
What?
Well, you offered Naruto the secret decoder ring I put in the lunchbox as a sign of friendship, right?
Just so you know, that is from Dexter's lab.
oh,
Oh.
That's why it looks like that. It's like from, what's the sister's name? Dee
Dee.
Dee.
Oh,
yeah.
DD.
Like it's like Dee Dee's secret decoder ring or something like that. That is straight up ripped from that episode. I don't know where this joke came from.
I don't remember it either.
It's just a dumb thing that my dumb brain. A lot of times too, these are written after maybe a couple beers or when I'm pretty tired. I feel like that's when a lot of creative weird shit comes out. Sometimes it works.
The one I remember.
Sometimes you get DD's Secret Dakota ring.
And sometimes you get the boat ferryman is anti-Jew or something. Or
yeah.
The bridge builder. The bridge builder was an
the bridge builder. Yeah, hates is anti-Semitic. But
I remember you
so
telling
anyway.
me when you were writing, like after when I was recording, you were like, "Yeah, I was really drunk when I wrote this script."
We all have our creative processes, right? Like,
That's
it works out
exactly
for the
right.
best.
You get what you get.
Oh shit, look at that. Hey, I didn't see any birds. He loves birds.
Okay. Well, congrats, you little weirdos. Naruto, Uchiha, Stephanie, you're official members of Squad 7. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got a book to read.
Yeah, hey guys, are you gonna untie me? Guys, untie me! Untie me, damn it!
Oh man,
And there we go.
man.
That's episode 3. We're gonna have a fucking wrap-up thing right here, but I gotta take a shit
Oh
like
my
crazy.
God.
So I'm sorry. I gotta
so
run.
professional.
It's my fault.
Taking a shit
Leave this out.
mid-episode.
I will cut this out. Well, no, I'll leave
Par
it.
for the
I gotta
course.
shit right now.
I assume we need to leave the recording going.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I haven't watched this one in forever. Do you remember when this one came out?
God, no. It's been years.
Let me try to look it up.
3 years ago. November 16, 2018.
Dang. Okay.
God. Actually, if I'm, watching this back with y'all, it's probably from, like, my voice acting perspective, the worst out of... I mean, I feel like I did better in the first 2 episodes compared to this one. This one was really rough. I don't know why I struggled so hard with it.
Yeah, maybe it was just like I don't know. There were some days I felt more self-conscious about recording,
Yeah.
especially if I thought my neighbors were home specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely feel like that affected things.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was just a weird day like that.
Yeah, and I also think at this point, I had started doing like multiple takes, and like it was really discouraging because none of them were
Yeah.
like what I was going for. And so
Yeah.
instead of, I was getting kind of burnt out because at this point, I like in the first 2 episodes, it was just me having fun, and the third episode's probably like me trying and then not succeeding and getting frustrated. And yeah, I remember like not looking forward to the recording sessions at this point. I'm like, yeah. And I had just moved, so I was like super worried because I had really thin walls.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely got that way too, with like feeling either burnt out or just like, oh, I don't want to do this in a way, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to spend like 2 hours
Yeah,
of mine and
yeah.
Jesse's time trying to record
Exactly.
something that should be so quick.
Yeah. I also
But
felt super bad because I knew Jesse was like doing these sessions with everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
But I
then-
mean, like,
yeah.
you have the most lines. Well, you and Jesse probably have the most lines.
Yeah.
So that's tough too.
Yeah, I remember we would just do like a 2-hour session of just Naruto, and then my voice would be shot from like trying to scream and stuff.
Right.
And then we'd have to come back like a few days later and do Sasuke, and then Jesse would like be in the middle of editing, and he'd message me and be like, "Hey, this didn't turn out right. This doesn't match or whatever."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, then we'd have a session of just me recording Naruto and Sasuke. And at that point, it was just like, I don't know. I think it was pushing myself too hard.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
I can get that. It's easy when it's just like one character and a dog. Like,
Yeah.
a dog that's not in it that much.
I can't believe you were the dog. I thought he was just pulling the sound effect from the show.
Right.
That's a really good Akamaru impression.
Oh, good. Yeah. Like, I was trying to do the growls and everything. Like, yeah. I mean, he did it when they did part of it, like when Akamaru got turned into Kiba in the last set of fights.
Ugh.
Like, he was doing some of it, but when Akamaru was small, like, all of that is me.
How was your movement? Was it good?
I gotta start chewing my food, man. There was like a
Oh my
whole
God.
quesadilla in there.
You just need more fiber, bro. You need to take Metamucil.
I'm not 80
You need
years
to
old.
beef
my
that
guy.
stool out, man, with fiber. Anyway, I was just telling Maddie, I was like, from my personal voice acting perspective, I feel like this was the weakest episode of the first 3 for me.
Yeah, you know, maybe it just was one of those times where it's like we were all tired, or you know, we had a rough couple weeks, but you know, and it's not just like y'all. I think from my perspective, Kakashi is not great. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, this might just be the one where we're kind of off of our game. I think, as far as I'm concerned, this is a little bit of a dip.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So I would say number 1, a 4, good first try, but not the best. Number 2, clean jokes, but the ending kind of messed it up. So a 6, 6.5. Number 3, 5.
I'd say a 4.5 or 5. Yeah.
The showstopper line for me puts it at a 5.5.
Maddie, it's up to
one of my
you.
favorite lines.
5 or
Oh.
5.5.
I think a 5. It's just like
5 it is.
yeah, you know, middle of the road compared to like the other stuff we've made. So I don't
Well,
want to give
not
it the
to brag
half.
on myself. Not to brag on myself. Comparing it to episode 13 is night and day.
Oh yeah.
Episode 13 is so clean. It's in my idea the proudest I've ever been of putting something out. I was so happy with the way it turned out. From the voice acting, from the editing, I thought it was almost perfect. So, you know, comparing that to that, if that's a 10, this is easily a 5. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
if that's
agreed.
our scale, yeah. And again, I think we're only comparing ourselves to ourselves, right? We're not comparing to, like, other abridged
No.
series. Or
Oh
anything.
no.
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 Yeah.
Because I know somebody's going to be like, but Team 4-Star is a fucking a million. It's like, great.
Great.
They're doing good. I'm happy for them. Well, I mean, is there any other things, any ideas, any thoughts this has brought up? Any fun memories of just talking shit into the mic?
I was telling Maddie while you were taking shit that I was remembering we were actually taking more.
I can't edit it out now. I have to tell him.
I was remembering that we were taking more takes at this point, and
Right.
it was getting a little frustrating with not being able to make the noises that I was wanting to make, and Maddie seemed to feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely agree. Just because it's like, again, I think coming back to experience, it's like, for me, I was not looking up videos and researching how to, like, do these types of sounds and things like that. I was
Right.
just going off your
Yeah.
direction, Jesse, so it's like,
Same.
doing my best and not getting it right is a little
Sure.
frustrating.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and, you know, again, that's just... I mean, you know, we're not professional voice actors. We're hobbyists having fun, you know. So that's par for the course. I mean, you know, this episode was fun to do. It's been out for a long time. You know, if I were to redo it, I would change some stuff, but I'm not gonna redo it. You know, so it is what it is. You know, I'm not sad at all of how it came out. It's still fun to look back on and be like, oh, this is where we were. You know.
Yeah, I
so,
mean, I think it just puts into context like how much it's been able to grow and develop over the years to be what it is now. So definitely not like something to be ashamed of, just something to be like, okay, well, we see where we could have gone better, and now we know to do better.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, have you guys ever seen like your favorite artists or favorite musician or favorite filmmakers like early stuff?
Oh yeah.
Like, it's always trash.
It is. I agree.
It's always trash. And not that, you know, we're not Shakespeare or Steven Spielberg or, you know, I'm trying to think of the Beatles or anything like that, but, you know, just from the same aspect. We put out some garbage to get to the good shit. So, but to be honest, if this is the garbage we're sifting through, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse.
I agree.
So,
Could be a 2 out of 10. It's a 5. It's great.
yeah, it's a 5.
5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think number 3 was so far probably one of the weakest. I would agree with that.
I would say we were still learning.
Yeah,
A lot.
definitely.
However, I'm incredibly excited to get to the next episode, which for a long time was T-Dog's favorite.
It was. It probably still is.
So we'll record that a different time. Maddie, would you be able to join us once again for episode 4?
Well, we'll just have to see.
Well, we'll just have to see. That sounds good.
We'll find out.
Well, thank you very much for being here.
Next time.
Yeah.
Next time
Next
on
time.
Dragon Ball PP.
PP.
Oh, that's not where I thought that was gonna go.
I'm editing that out. That's
Okay,
so
good.
stupid. Yeah, but thanks again for being here. And anything you want to say to all your adoring fans?
I didn't think I had those, but if I do, thanks, I guess. And keep watching, keep subscribing, keep doing the Patreon. It really helps. Jesse and everyone who's helping make these put in a lot of time and energy. So it does not go unrecognized when you do support the channel, so just really appreciate that. But hope you like it.
Much love. Buy our shirts. Steal your parents' credit card.
Jesse.
No, not the last one. Not the last one.
Jesse, tell him to hit the bell icon to get notifications for the next video.
Hit that bell. And remember, hold on. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more.
I'm better at outros than intros, y'all.